Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to update you guys, really share a goal and an accomplishment that I'm really proud of pertaining to the Scoop with Ferns. Um, I had set out to record 4 episodes by the time the first one aired. And as a lot of you who are watching will know, the first one aired close to 3 weeks ago now, with the second airing this past Tuesday and the third airing this coming Tuesday. Shout out to Suhaili, my beautiful wife Danielle, excuse me, and Miguel, who make up that lineup respectively. Um, you know, I wanted to have a decent backlog before I launched, so that I wouldn't miss a week. And that goal was four. And by the time I we launched 2.5 weeks ago, we were at 12. So I really want to thank everyone who's been a part of this, because without you, it just doesn't happen. It means the world to me. That support, it's incredible. It's amazing. And like I said, I'm not even sitting here talking to you guys or any of you. If you guys didn't come here and trust me and talk to me and be willing to open up and really get real, because that's really what I wanted this series to be. It's hard these days to have difficult conversations about real things that are impacting our daily lives. Sometimes for the better, but oftentimes for the worse. And this is something that is very important to me, because it allows us to get down and address some of those things. So yeah, again, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because I can't be talking to you guys without you just taking that leap, taking that chance. Many of you have never done anything like this, never sat down in front of, camera and lights and recorded some of your most intimate thoughts. And that level of trust and confidence is it's not lost on me. Yeah, so now I'm at 14. So I have recorded 2 additional since we've launched with Suhaili's episode. Um, and then 15 and 16 should wrap up the year 2021 recordings. 15 is my cousin Sandra Kalangis, and 16 will be Chris Duchesne. Shout out to you, bro. I'm so excited to have you two on and call it the Sweet 16 of 2021 for the Scoop with Ferns. um, Taking us back a bit, I really would love to thank everyone individually who've been on. So first and foremost, thank you, Suhaili, for being the first one on, and for pouring your heart out, talking to me about being a child of immigrant parents, about parenting, and about trauma. We have so much of that in common, and we've been friends for so long. We really got a chance to get to know each other even more than we already did. We know a lot about each other, our past. We're very intimate, but this gave us even more deeper understanding of each other. And I really appreciate that. So thank you again, Suhaili. Always, one of my number one supporters. And I love you for that. Thank you so much. Number two, someone else I love very much, my wife Danielle, who I'm just not in this position whatsoever without, let alone having this dope opportunity to do this show. We got a chance to talk about our relationship, of course, our compatibility, which is something we've had to, both work on, and in other respects, it just came naturally, which is the reason why we're just so lucky, to have each other, complementing our weaknesses, so forth and so forth, and challenging each other. And we talk about a lot of our wins together, but we also talk about a lot some of our challenges. And that was scary. That was really scary. And I'm fortunate to be in an environment surrounded by people who understand that, that we're not expected to be perfect. And we're working individuals, and we're working family, and I'm proud of that, and I love you, and thank you for coming on and sharing that with me. I know it was so nerve wracking getting under the bright lights. Shout out to Miguel, a local artist that I met and have been getting more acquainted with recently. Actually, we really got to know each other around the time that he was part of a Black Lives Matter mural commission in downtown Lynn. Since then, we've talked and we've talked and we've gone to know each other, and I've had the privilege of getting to know him and his views, his outlooks on life, and his old soul is something that not only I know rubs off on me or fills me up, but fills up a lot of the people around him. So I was fortunate to be able to talk to him about what some of the things he's passionate about mean to him, like dance and artistry, painting, and his family, particularly his brother and his mother. His mother, who came over here as an immigrant as well. So shout out to Miguel, whose conversation I had with launches this coming Tuesday. Thank you, bro, for sharing that. And then at number 4, I had Yonetiki come in, who is an immigrant, not just a child of one. So she has those struggles with citizenship and DACA, on top of the struggles of growing up and learning the language and making friends and learning to navigate two cultures while growing up, and also navigate independence at a very young age. And I'm very grateful for that perspective, because the scrutiny and the attacks of programs such as DACA under the Trump administration were very prevalent to me, but I never was so touched by them, because I didn't personally know anyone at the time, or was close with someone at the time who was suffering from the repercussions of that. And I'm grateful for being able to talk to her and get her perspective on it and share that with viewers, with others. Excuse me. That's so very important to me. And I know it's so very important to a lot of people who are in her predicament, or who will be in her predicament. So I'm thankful for being able to pass that on with her. But also, shout out to her for being very vulnerable and talk about just, the struggles she's gone through, that don't necessarily have to do with, anything tied to her citizenship. Her, the loss of her sister, and the sacrifices she made to help keep her sister alive. That is so courageous of her, and is such an example that is set, that we should all aspire to. And again, I'm just grateful to be able to share stories such as that with such incredible human beings. So thank you, Yonetiki. That was at number 4. At number 5, my boy Marvin Hippolyte came in, who ran for council at large. A lot of y'all know I stuck for him. I go hard for him. We need more people like him in office representing us. He hears us. He understands us. And, what I mean? I'm behind him, 110%. We don't, we don't agree on everything, but, many of you guys will know, like, I don't need to agree with you on everything to support you and love you and get along with you. So, I appreciate him, and I'm going to keep supporting him, and I hope y'all support him too. Marvin Hippolyte, let's get him elected. Let's get him even more involved in the community than he already is. Shout out to you, and thank you, bro, for coming on and sharing some of your insights, as to what it takes to play here in this city. Just thank you. Number 6, Greg came through, talked to me about being a father. He knows me and Danielle. I've been talking about it. Talking about trying, and that's major for us. And He lent, an ear, and also just gave so much great advice, not just for raising a child, but also being there and supporting your wife who's going through, going to be going through so much that you can never even imagine. And that's so valuable to me. And, to have someone like that in my life is important because I never have, you know, um, who I could, you know, um, you know, um, really lean on, um, and learn from, throughout this process. I mean, I shouldn't say never, I mean, shout out to my boy George, who like I've seen like raise, his kids, pretty much as I was 18. And now they're, 18 and 22, you know what I mean? It's wild. It's crazy. Um, so I have had, had that, but, shout out to Greg for coming on and, coming back through, bro. And just hit me with things I needed to be hit with. And, I just felt it, it just hit differently. I know that's something I want, but like having you in here telling me like, man, this is what you need to know. This is what you need. This is it. And also I'm so happy for you to hear that. It was unbelievable. So thank you. Um, wow. At number 7, my boy Rick came through. Again, as he always does, shout out to you for coming through my birthday. That meant so much to me. And coming through for this again means so much to me. Since we've met, it's been love, and that's it's it's not it's that's something that's rare. You know what I mean? And it's precious, and I appreciate it. So getting to rap to you about your past coming up, as a model in Boston, like what your history, what it was like, and being able to tell you my perspective of you coming up, because like you see, as you get into it, who's doing what. You keep track of who's doing what because you want to succeed, or that's at least that's what I did. I wanted to follow in the footsteps of the the models that I thought were killing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like how what are they doing? So Rick was definitely one of them. The face of Karma. You know what I mean? I know he's one of the faces, but like for me, Rick was like, it's just like maybe it's because we look so similar. I don't know. But I always saw Rick, and I'm just like, bro, like, wow, okay, like, yeah, that's where I need to be. So just I appreciate you just always being solid and coming through and talking about that, and also the some of the pitfalls of modeling. It's not easy. It's not it's hard because there are just so many people involved that you have love for. But then sometimes like shit just like family's family. Not one of them is perfect. So shout out to you for coming through and having that talk with me, and and putting that out there because I know that couldn't have been easy. But yeah, I know I always support you, bro. And you've shown me that like you support me countless times, and I really truly appreciate that. Um, Number 8, yo, Johnny, bro, yo, Hiaki, bro, like that shit was solid. Saw that I hooked up with Rick, and this dude was on the East Coast for just a hot second from Cali, and he reached out to do the show. And listen, I know how fucking valuable time is these days, because let me tell you, like I'm fucking scrambling. I don't care if who believes me. I don't give a shit. But I'm scrambling to not just like not just um, um, hold my commitments, but like to also make new ones. You know what I mean? Like not use excuse. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm do this. Like I'm really really trying, and so like I absolutely have a huge appreciation for someone who's traveling and stops in to come do the show. Like I know what that is, bro. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you taking the time. talking to me about the foods and how important it is to you personally, but also to your culture, and also for man asking me about if whether I had something similar that I look to in my culture. That was major. Shows that like you're also willing to listen, bro, and the conversation was dope. So thank you for that, and I'm glad we get to share what the foods mean to you. As an immigrant who had to grow up away from home so far, and adjust, and you talked about how the foods allowed you to do that, among other things. So thank you, and that made it so Slice Money could land in at number 9, which is crazy because he told me that's his favorite number 9. Otherwise, he would have been 8, because he was already slotted to interview. And here comes, Johnny from LA and hits me, and we do an interview, get him in at 8, and we get Slice at 9, who opens up about his struggles with mental health, which is huge, 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 because so many of us men, and I say us, I really mean us, I really mean me, struggle with it and don't know where to turn. We don't know how to begin to open up. And I'm glad he opened up to me, especially at this time in my life, because, I was so depressed for so long, so long. And sometimes I still get depressed. Um, and, shout out to Danielle for helping me get through it, because I don't know if I'm here if not for you. Shout out to Casey, shout out to Maggie Inc., because again, without that, I don't know if I make it through. And then finally, my mom, man, like that support system at that time, um, those three things, man, they saved my life. They saved my life. So, but that lets me know how important it is to have a support system to be able to open up and tell people like this is the support I need. This is what I need. Or even just like, yo, I'm going through it. So shout out to you, Solis Reynoso coming on. Shout out to Run United Nationwide, which, at the outset I thought was a run club that was started because of the pandemic. Y'all couldn't hit the gym, but it's so much more than that. It's the community that y'all need. It's that support that y'all need, even when you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed, you make sure you do because you got people waiting on you, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Everybody, check them out, support them, because they don't just run for mental health. They run for breast cancer. They run right now. They're running for AIDS, and HIV. Listen, please, guys, support each other, support each other, support each other, support each other, because we fucking need it. Even when we say we don't, or we just don't say. So thank you. Coming at number 9. That's crazy. Oh shit, number 10. Who was number 10? Oh man. Was it Royce? It was Royce. Yeah, yeah, okay. Royce came through. Shout out to Brendan for putting us together. Um, Royce is a serial entrepreneur who also pours so much into his community. Keeps kids off the street, gives them, um, you know, adult male role models that they can really look up to and model after and follow and give them some direction. Um, and as far as like adults go, he's given the support and motivation that we as adults need that we seldom get, because we think we don't need it, or our friends, and again, us included, don't really know how to support us, in that manner. So he really brings that to the table, and I appreciate him. I appreciate Brendan for putting this together. I appreciate him for taking the time out of his busy schedule to come down here and talk to me and drop some gems and just some great honest conversation. I appreciate you, bro. Um, yeah, so Royce, shout out to you at 10. 11 was Jordan, who I met, on Instagram, but, through his brother, Michael Obueno, no doubt, who I met on a shoot. Again, shout out to Maggie Inc. Shout out to Ritter. And Chris Garafola, holla. He was on that shoot with me too. He brought me in. But yeah, Michael Bueno is Jordan's brother, and they do a lot of work together, shooting as Jordan's an aspiring model. And we came here, we bit of rap about mental health, which is again so important. Like you to be able to open up about your struggles with someone like You know what I mean? Like you met through another third party, and we're able to get down to a point where you have that trust, you have that faith, and you have that openness to be able to, and that strength and courage, right? To be able to open up and to another man no less, and that's major, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you because we're getting this shit out there for people who really need it. And we're bonding, and we're building a support network that's incredible, and I truly appreciate that. Um, oh shoot, man. All right, so yeah, so Slice, and then Royce, and then Jordan, and then oh man, where's Flex? Flex. Oh man, out of order. Flex, Shimmy, and then Michael. Yeah, that's got to be it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so yeah, so then we got Flex, who, again, bro, like, thank you so much, to Dre, one of the biggest supporters you'll ever meet. Like, not just in your face, man, like behind your back. Like, he's telling people about you, what you got going on. The best barber in the world, period. So go see him. But he put me on to Flex, who's a young, talented, bright, smart young man, who's funny as shit and does comedy, and and Dre laughs at his shit all the time and told me he sees what I got going on. I was like, yo, Ferns, you got to get with this kid. And I'm so glad he did. Flex came through. We talked about how hard the pandemic hit him, that isolation. Because, it's just, we don't talk about how much we need other people enough, and how we're all in this together. And the minute you take away that option of social interaction, well, how quickly we all go crazy, but you know every day we're acting like we don't need people. It's just we have this facade built up, and we want to keep our circles small and this and that. But what I mean, the minute that circle disappears, we're not sure exactly to do with ourselves, or we're grateful that we're married, or we have roommates, that we can wake up and see another face, even though we're on lockdown or whatever it may be. So shout out to you for coming, sharing that experience. Shout out to you for being solid and funny, and wanting to come and collaborate with me on comedy and on the show. I really appreciate that, I wish you best of luck. I support you, and I can't wait to keep working with you, bro. Um, Damn, I lost track. So that was 12, right? Or was that 11? That was 12. And then Shimmy came through. Yo, Shimmy, bro, is like, Shimmy coming through is just next level, because Shimmy's, first of all, he's an activist, who's just been dragged through one of the worst ordeals anyone could. And unfortunately, sad to say, some similar could probably gonna happen again, because he's out here in the community. He's really out here. He's not just on social media. He's doing fucking big work out in the community, between protesting, and fundraising, and providing food, and all kinds of resources for people who need them. This man, I'm sure there are people out there, but I don't personally know anyone who's putting in more work than him in that regard. So needless to say, he's a busy man. He just beat a freaking bullshit case, and he's now getting back to being himself. But during that 11 months, he was really struggling. He was tough. I know it was isolating, and I know I wasn't like, as like as supportive as I was. I know I could have done more. You know what I'm saying? And so, I appreciate him coming through and giving me the time of day, um, and just coming in, and giving his story, even though he's tired of telling it, because he just knows it needs to be told, because there will all be people who go through this, and if they're exposed to his story, they'll be more prepared for it. I believe that. I truly do. The shit that he went through, the resources that he used, the awareness and the knowledge that he has now, that will help him, in future situations, avoid false arrests and persecution. and no, I said help. Not prevent entirely. He's got a long road ahead of him, a tough road, but that man's legacy is going to be cemented as, you know what I mean, one of the greats who did a lot for their community. I'm talking about MLK, I'm talking about Malcolm X. Um, Shout out to them, who their, stories get freaking um, mashed up and turned into candy coated revisions all too often. You know what I mean? Those were hard men. They were hard men who tackled the difficult subjects, and it didn't matter where they came from. It didn't matter if it came from people who looked like them. It didn't matter if it came from people who professed to be their allies. It didn't matter if it's from people who professed to be their enemy. They stood up to injustice no matter where the injustice was, and that's what set them apart. And that is rare these days. We have a lot of hypocrites. We have a lot of tribalists, people who are looking to hold everybody else accountable but themselves and the people who look like them. And the greats aren't. And I believe Shimmy's on that path. And his situation could shed light and provide great guidance for people who wish to follow in his footsteps. And I hope it's fucking a lot of us. So thank you again, Shimmy. Appreciate you for coming through, and I'll always support you because I know your heart's in the right place. I know who you are. I don't care whatever is ever going to be in the media about you. I don't give a shit, what anybody else ever has to say about you. I've sat down across from you, looked you in your face, in your eye. I've argued with you. I know who you are at your core. And I know you'll make mistakes. I know that. But as long as you're ready to, and willing to admit to them, I'm going to be here to support you. So thanks again. So I was Shimmy at 13. Y'all got to help me out. I lost count. Sorry. But at 14, yeah. Shimmy's 13 and Michael Victoriano is 14. Man, another dude I'm especially grateful for coming through because that's a dude I disagree with on a lot. Okay? And he's a very difficult person to disagree with, as am I. So, like, the people out there who, like, if you think, you know what I mean, like, you don't want to get into it with me, forget about it. And I don't mean that in the sense that, like, like, we're going to, like, rip your heads off or something like that. Like, nah, we're gentlemen. It's just that we're sure and we're we speak with conviction, and it's not that we're not ready and willing to be corrected and led on a more righteous path, but when we're sure, we're sure, and he has faith in himself, and as he should. I'm grateful for the chance to have a real conversation with him, but also the opportunity to to be listened to, and to listen, because I learn a lot by listening. I learn a lot by speaking to people who think differently than I have and have opposing views. Forewarning, he's a 5%er. And they have very controversial views as it goes to mixing, race mixing, and things like that. And that's one of the most contentious conversations I've ever had with somebody. It was about that. It was on the basketball court over at Pine Hill, for Marvin's benefit. Marvin Hippolyte, shout out to you for doing a community basketball game, and I got a chance to really get to talk to him about this subject, and we continued it despite our disagreements here on the Scuba Ferns, and I appreciate you, bro. And I want to make a point, like, we didn't just sit there disagreeing with each other the whole time. We had conversations. We had a conversation about perspectives. You know what I mean? Let me hear what informs this, you know what I mean? And I heard the man, and I really, truly appreciate it, and he gave me a lot to think about. So thank you, Michael. Keep doing your thing. Let's keep talking. Let's keep other people talking. I know we have work to do. I know I have work to do as far as my approach goes and things like that. I think we did it the right way on our episode, and I hope a lot of people watch and they take something, they take away the same. I just got to go about doing it the right way more often. Those are the 14 episodes that I have filmed on the books with amazing, real, incredible people who have supported. So again, thank you so much. This is not possible without you. Um, you know, special shout out again. I don't know if I mentioned him already. Number 15 is going to be Sandra Calandris, my cousin, who's my Haitian cousin. I say that because a lot of y'all don't know, like, y'all may not be blood related, but y'all grew up together in the same households because, you know what I mean? Your parents babysit y'all at one point or another so y'all can go to work and y'all pool resources because that's how Haitians do over here. And so forever we will be cousins no matter what. So shout out to you. You're coming through. I can't wait to rap. We've reconnected in recent years after like falling apart, not apart but growing apart. Um, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to talk and see you because it's been a minute. And then 16, we'll round up the sweet 16 of 2021 for the Scoop with Ferns interviews because now I have content for 16 weeks out and we're only headed into week 3. So I'm unfortunately sad to say not going to be scheduling any interviews until um, um, week 17. Um, which is like week, I don't know, 13 or something, 14 of 2022. So but that doesn't mean I can't talk to people. It's Chris Duchesne, if I didn't say. That's going to be rounding up Sweet 16. My homie from Don't Look Up, my fellow stand-in, and my brother from another mother. Like, this is a dope individual. I call him the most interesting man in the world, and you'll definitely find out why if you watch our episode. I know it. It's definitely going to come up. But for real, like, I'm really in awe on a lot of the things this dude's done, and a lot of things he's going to do. Really follow this dude. He's fucking talented. He's kind. He's generous. Shout out to you. I can't wait to do our interviews. But yep, that will round up my interviews for 2021. Not scheduled anymore. I know there's plenty of people out there I've talked about interviewing, but I'm pretty sure I've already updated y'all that like I'm working on scheduling. So that's it. That's it until 2022. And I want to thank you guys so freaking much, including those who haven't interviewed, but you've watched, you've shared, you've liked, you've commented, you've sent me messages of support. You're incredible. You've given me feedback on episodes or thumbnails. Thank you so much because that is incredible. It's scary as hell for me to put myself out there, my work, because you don't know how it's going to be received, no matter how proud of it you are. And I'm incredibly proud of this venture. I just can't wait to continue sharing it with people. Last but not least, I really got to thank Alexander Bogella, aka Scoop, aka Impeccable Scoop, aka Impeccable Festival. He's a very talented individual and a longtime friend of mine. We had our differences. We still do. Originally this show was supposed to be a variety show with two best friends just shooting the shit about pop culture, mixing in some politics, but unfortunately we couldn't settle on just how much politics and how much just real non-variety kind of content, and plus he's incredibly busy. And so to make a commitment to this, while also not being sure about the content, it just doesn't make sense for him, and of course doesn't make sense for the show either. So unfortunately, we had to go in a direction, but fortunately, that direction has led to it becoming something I think is truly what it was meant to be. But it would be nothing if it wasn't for him coming on and being game for the for trying the first version of this show. As we know, we will try things and sometimes we will fail, but it's not about falling. It's about whether it's about how you get up and if you get up. And the show has gotten up, but it doesn't even start if not for Scoop. So I want to thank you very much, and I can't wait to have you on the show because I think that story needs to be told, and I want to make sure it's told with both of us present. That's which is why I have not and I will not address it on the show. Um, you know, at any point outside of here. Um, so yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for your involvement. Thank you for your inspiration. And yeah, I look forward to us sharing with the world how this came to be, and then who knows? Who knows what we have in store to create together in the future. Um, shit. Thank you to everyone who has made this possible. Everyone, every single person. Thank you to my mom who gave us an opportunity to invest in this studio where it's filmed. So we have a dedicated space for to film. You know, you know, you know, just anyone who had a hand in it. Thank you so much. This isn't possible without you, and I'm so grateful. And I hope you guys continue to watch, give your feedback and your honest feedback, and I truly mean that in every sense of the word. If something just doesn't rub you the right way, and you just don't like it, like tell me, because um, nothing's perfect, and if I don't know about something, I can't address it. It's impossible. It doesn't mean that I will address it. There are some things about the show that I absolutely fucking love that I know some people will not, and that's fine. Shit happens. We have, our own cups of tea. But truly tell me if there's something I can help or I could do to improve the show or the experience for you, and I'd appreciate that. I'm not gonna lash out because it's not all glowing. I believe in the show. I know it's great. I don't need everyone telling me it's great. What I do need though is people just being honest. If you do like it, that's awesome. I do want to know that. Please do tell me that as well. But if something's not working for you, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, I'm not asking for money. I am gonna have merch soon, and that's gonna be awesome. We had printed merch for the Scoop and Fern show. Um, I have not yet updated the merch for the Scoop with Ferns, but I can't wait till I get that out because I was in love with and still am in love with the Scoop and Ferns merch, and I know I'm gonna freaking love the Scoop with Ferns merch. I wear that shit all the time, and I'm not saying that because I just want to sell them. Like, I'm proud of them. I think they're fucking awesome. If you do too, order one. That'd be awesome. It would go a long way in supporting the shirt. But there are plenty of free ways to support the shirt. Show, like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the YouTube channel, share my posts. Like you can't do that enough. And if you need something shared, you got a business, drop me a dime, drop me something. At least once a week, I post on the Scoop with Fern story to drop your business so I can promote it. I don't just promote it, I follow it as well. So I'm looking to reciprocate as much as I can. It's just not it's not that hard. You want me to repost your stuff? I'll repost your stuff. You just ask. But yeah, that's the best way you can support me if you can't do so monetarily. And yeah, so thank you for you who have, thank you for those who will. Thank you so much. And that's it. I am so sorry if I miss anything or anyone. I didn't have a script. Not going off a script. I forget things, and that's not indicative of how I feel about you at all. I'll get it right. One way or another, I'll get it right. Just give me a chance. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I can't wait for this Tuesday. Please check out Miguel's show. Shout out to his followers and his supporters. Y'all been hella vocal. I can't wait to put this out because I know a lot of y'all gonna watch just because of how vocal y'all been. You are so lucky, bro, to have such a supportive network. That's incredible. I fucking love it. But yeah, man. Thank you. Love y'all. This is way too long. Appreciate you. The Scoop of Ferns. This has been Ferns from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye.